Welcome back to the deep dive. This is where we take complex info and really break it down into something clear, useful for your life. Today, we're getting into something really important for many of us, or maybe our parents, our loved ones, maximizing retirement income for Canadian seniors. And we're going beyond just the basics, beyond CPP and OAS.
Yeah, and for this, we're leaning on some fantastic insights from a great resource, the Lively Later Life channel. They really focus on helping Canadians navigate those golden years, making them secure, vibrant. It's really practical stuff. Okay, let me paint a picture for you. Think about someone like, say, Mr. Lee in Burnaby. He's 75. He gets his CPP, his old age security OAS payments, manages his budget carefully, but, lately, with costs going up everywhere, he's feeling the pinch, and he wonders, is there something else, some benefit I'm missing? He hears things but isn't sure where to start or if he even qualifies. He's asking, is there really more than just my CPP and OAS? And crucially, how can I make my savings work better? Keep more money, pay less tax.
So many seniors, just like Mr. Lee, they might just be relying on those main pensions. They might not realize there are other income streams, tax breaks, things designed just for them.
And that's precisely our mission here today. Look, this isn't some kind of get-rich-quick thing. It's really about smart planning, making sure you get every single dollar you're actually entitled to. It's about that peace of mind, right? So you can really enjoy a lively later life. We're going to dig into some key areas people often miss. More government benefits, ways to manage the money you have smartly, strategies maybe to boost income a bit, and definitely some clever tax savings.
Okay.
By the end of this, you should have a much clearer picture, a roadmap sort of to boost your financial well-being.
Sounds good. Where do we start?
Let's start with a big one, the Guaranteed Income Supplement, GIS.
Okay, GIS. So that's the non-taxable monthly payment, right, for lower income seniors on OAS.
Exactly. It's designed specifically for old age security recipients who have lower incomes. It can make a huge difference.
So what trips people up with eligibility?
Well, first, you have to be getting OAS. And second, your income has to be below a certain threshold. And here's the key bit: that threshold changes depending on if you're single, married, or common law. Crucially, when they calculate your income for GIS, they don't count your OAS payments.
Oh, okay. That's a big one. People might think their OAS disqualifies them.
Precisely.
Yeah.
They see their total income, including OAS, and think, oh, I make too much. But that's not how it works for the GIS calculation. And here's a startling fact, something Lively Later Life often highlights. Literally billions in benefits like GIS go unclaimed every year in Canada.
Billions. Wow.
Yeah. Eligible seniors just don't apply. Maybe they don't know it exists, or like we said, they assume they won't qualify. It's meant to be a safety net, So even if Service Canada sends a letter saying you might qualify,
You should follow up.
absolutely, check it out. Apply. It could seriously boost your monthly income. Don't just ignore those letters.
Okay, that's a really strong point. Billions unclaimed is just staggering. Definitely worth investigating, even if you think you're borderline. Now, what about those other ones you mentioned? The allowance and the allowance for the survivor. Also non-taxable.
Correct. Also non-taxable, also from Service Canada. Let's take the allowance first. This one is for the spouse or common law partner of someone who is getting OAS and GIS. But the partner themselves is only between 60 and 64 years old, too young for their own OAS yet.
Ah, so it bridges that gap for the couple.
Exactly. It recognizes the household needs money even if one partner isn't pension eligible yet.
Okay. And the allowance for the survivor.
That's for someone aged 60 to 64 whose spouse or common law partner has passed away. Again, if their income is below the threshold, it provides support during that difficult time until they turn 65 and can get their own OAS.
It seems like these really acknowledge the financial realities couples and surviving spouses face.
That's the key insight, yeah. They offer stability during those really critical years just before 65. So if you're nearing 65 or your partner is, or sadly, if you've been recently widowed, these are really important to understand. Could provide vital support, like for our Mr. Lee if his situation changed.
Right. So we've covered direct payments, but keeping more of what you already have is just as important. Let's talk taxes, senior tax credits, deductions.
This is another area where people often leave money on the table.
What's the biggest hurdle there? Just complexity.
Often, yeah, people find taxes daunting, or they just assume, oh, that doesn't apply to me, or it's too much hassle. But the CRA, the Canada Revenue Agency, actually has several things specifically for seniors. Let's talk non-refundable credits first.
Okay.
There's the age amount. If you're 65 or older and your net income's below a certain level, you can claim it. Simple as that.
Got it.
Then the pension income amount. If you have eligible pension income, maybe from a former employer, you can claim this. And the medical expense tax credit. This one's big. For significant medical costs, think dental, glasses, hearing aids, but also maybe caregiver costs or specific home care expenses, lots gets missed here.
What about deductions?
Okay, deductions reduce your taxable income. The disability tax credit, the DTC, it's not just for seniors, but, well, health issues can arise later in life.
Yeah.
Qualifying for the DTC can be really valuable, and it can unlock other benefits too, sometimes even going back years.
Worth looking into, even if you're not sure.
Definitely. And if you use public transit regularly, there's the public transit amount for a portion of your pass costs. Might seem small, but it adds up.
So how do people make sure they get all this?
Well, the advice from Lively Later Life is spot on here. Don't be afraid to get help. Talk to a tax professional who knows senior taxes. Or even better, check out the CRA's free tax clinics. Community groups often run them specifically for seniors.
Free clinics, that's great.
Yeah. It ensures you claim everything you're entitled to. Honestly, filing your taxes accurately isn't just about following rules. It's a real way to boost your net income. Every tax dollar saved is a dollar in your pocket.
Excellent point. It's proactive, not just compliance. Okay, let's shift gears slightly. What about folks like Mr. Lee who might have some savings or investments already? How do they manage those effectively in retirement?
Right. This is where strategy really comes into play. It's not just about having savings. It's about how you draw them down. First up, RRAFs, Registered Retirement Income Funds.
That's what your RRSP turns into, right? By age 71.
Exactly. By the end of the year you turn 71, your RRSP needs to become an RIF or be taken out or used for an annuity. Most people choose an RRIF. The key with RRIFs is you have to take out a minimum amount each year, and that withdrawal, it's taxable income.
So RIF withdrawals could potentially impact things like GIS eligibility.
Precisely, because it counts as income, so you need to plan those withdrawals carefully.
Okay. What about TFSAs? Tax-free savings accounts.
The TFSA. Still incredibly useful in retirement. Maybe even more so. Why? Because any growth inside a TFSA and any withdrawals you make from it are completely tax-free.
Completely. No impact on GIS or anything.
None whatsoever. Withdrawals don't count as income for calculating benefits like GIS or OAS recovery tax.
Right.
That makes it a fantastic pot of money for supplemental income.
So a strategy might be to draw from taxable sources or RRIFs first and leave the TFSA till later.
That's a very common and often smart strategy. Yeah. Preserve that tax-free source as long as you can, because every dollar you take out is truly yours to keep. No tax hit, no benefit clawbacks.
Makes sense. What about investments outside RRSPs and TFSAs, non-registered ones?
Good question. With non-registered investments, you need to be aware of how different types of income are taxed. Capital gains, dividends, interest, they're all treated differently by the CRA. And that income can affect your eligibility for income-tested benefits. So, again, planning how and when you realize gains or receive income is important, minimizing what we call tax leakage.
And risk, does that change in retirement?
Absolutely. For most people, the focus shifts. In your working years, you might aim for aggressive growth. In retirement, it's often more about preserving the capital you have and generating reliable income. Think diversification, maybe more bonds, dividend-paying stocks, less chasing high-risk, high-reward stocks. Stability becomes key.
So lots to juggle there.
It really is. And this is where, again, Lively Later Life strongly suggests getting professional advice. Talk to a reputable financial advisor who specializes in retirement income planning. They can help you build a withdrawal strategy that minimizes tax, protects your benefits, and makes your savings last. That peace of mind is invaluable for someone like Mr. Lee.
Really good advice. It definitely sounds like a strategic game. Now, you mentioned provinces have their own things too. We touched on housing before, but focusing on BC, British Columbia, what else is out there beyond the federal stuff?
Yeah, it's crucial to remember the provinces add another layer. In BC, for example, there's the BC Seniors Supplement.
Okay, what's that?
It's basically a provincial top-up payment for low-income seniors who are already getting the federal OAS and GIS.
Oh, nice. Do you have to apply separately?
Often, no. That's the great part. If you qualify for GIS, the BC supplement might just start automatically. But it's always good to be aware it exists and confirm.
Okay, automatic is helpful. What else in BC? Health-related.
Well, the Medical Services Plan, MSP premiums, are mostly gone for residents now. But understanding other health supports is still key, like BC Pharmacare. That helps cover prescription drug costs, which can be substantial for seniors. Don't just assume everything's covered. Investigating pharmacare plans is important.
Good point. Healthcare costs are a big factor. Anything else?
There's the BC Healthy Kids program. Now, mostly for kids, obviously, but it covers basic dental and vision. Why mention it? Well, if a senior grandparent is the primary caregiver for a grandchild, this could apply and help the family unit.
Interesting angle. What about really local stuff?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Don't overlook community and social programs. These vary a lot by municipality. Think things like property tax deferral options for seniors, maybe discounts on recreation center memberships, local food bank programs, transportation services.
So you need to check with your local city or town hall.
Exactly. Check your municipal website, your local community centers, senior centers. These programs often aren't widely advertised, but can make a real difference locally.
So the reminder here is,
Always check official sources. The BC government website, visit a Service BC Center. These provincial and local benefits might be less known, but they can be really impactful for your day-to-day finances.
great rundown on the BC specifics. Okay, finally, let's touch on some maybe smaller, often overlooked ways to boost income or cut costs. Bonus tips.
Yeah, because honestly,
Yeah.
every little bit does add up. Think about part-time work or consulting. Yeah, doesn't have to be full-time. Maybe leveraging skills from your career, flexible hours, tutoring, bookkeeping, consulting. Lots of options.
We're using your home.
Right. If you have a spare room, renting it out can bring in pretty significant steady income. Turns an unused space into an asset.
Mm-hmm. What about hobbies?
Absolutely. Selling crafts or skills online. Things like knitting, baking, woodworking. Platforms like Etsy, local farmers markets. You can monetize things you enjoy doing. Even some volunteer opportunities offer small stipends or cover expenses, like travel. It might not be income, but it reduces your outgoing.
And discounts. Never forget those.
Never. Always ask for that senior discount stores, restaurants, travel, services. Be proactive. And look for rebates. Government or utility companies often have rebates for things like energy-efficient home upgrades, new windows, insulation. Saves money long-term, too.
So the final takeaway bonus tip is,
It's that wisdom from lively later life. Don't underestimate the small stuff. Those little income streams, those daily savings habits, they really accumulate and contribute to your overall financial health and, importantly, your independence.
fantastic. Well, there you have it. We've covered a lot of ground today, haven't we? From crucial income supplements like GIS and the allowance, to smart tax strategies, managing investments, provincial programs in BC, and even those bonus income ideas. It's all aimed at helping you, or someone like Mr. Lee, build a more secure and, frankly, more fulfilling retirement beyond just the basic pensions.
Exactly. The main message here is really about empowerment. These aren't just policies on paper. They're tools. Tools for you. So we really encourage you, explore the resources, check what you might qualify for, don't hesitate to apply, and talk to professionals when you need guidance. It's an active process.
It really is a journey, isn't it? Financial well-being. And every single step you take to, unlock a bit more income, it just leads to more peace of mind, more independence.
Living retirement on your terms.
Right.
So maybe the final thought to leave you with is this. Think about how understanding all these different financial avenues, how it can do more than just secure your present. How can it genuinely free up your future? Allow you to maybe embrace new experiences, things you've always wanted to do? How can it help you define your lively later life completely on your own terms?
Something definitely worth pondering.